Hey guys, so you might remember that just over a year ago, I covered the Third Age mod for Medieval 2 Total War. We went over all the beautiful factions, the custom-built battle maps, but I also briefly spoke about the spiritual successor that has continued development through all these years, and that is Divide and Conquer. With over 200 brand new custom battle maps, fully overhauled and unique mechanics and events for each playable faction, as well as an extensive unit roster redesign. If you ever want to play a true Lord of the Rings Total War today, this is definitely it. There are other mods like it, of course. There's Dawnless Days, which we're still waiting for the campaign on, Lord of the Rings Total War on Rome Remastered, or Where the Shadows Lie on Troy, but all of these are still very much works in progress and aren't nearly as playable as Divide and Conquer is today. In this video, I'm here to tell you that DAC just received a major update with version 5.0, bringing this beautiful Middle-earth mod to the forefront of new and exciting campaigns. And with all of the changes made, from new custom city and castle models to overhauled unit rosters for Aragorn's faction especially, and loads of other brilliant changes, it's never been a better time to jump back into Medieval 2 and check this amazing mod out. First off, there are some really great quality of life changes to the campaign side of things. Clicking on the missions icon, for example, now gives you a brief overview of your chosen faction, including unit roster strengths, threatening and friendly factions in your neighborhood, and the unique events and mechanics that you will be getting yourself into as you play your campaign. There's also a beautifully written faction summary to give you some context straight from the books, and it lets you see the most recent event with regards to the War of the Ring, which is really handy. Another great change here is that all factions can construct the various different tiers of castles and cities, but certain factions, like Aragorn's northern Dùnedain, have to go through some specific objectives before they can have access to their higher tier settlement buildings. Together with the overhauled barrack system, which gives you the means to recruit higher tier units with unique buildings or a combination of buildings like the blacksmith and the town halls, you start to see a building and recruitment system that works together and that is deeply rewarding as you specialize certain regions and progress through your mission objectives. The mod is also just way more immersive now. Custom cities and castles on the map that represent the cultures of their religions, which is such an important thing to have in a mod like this, adds so much flavor to the look and feel of your campaign. Most, if not all of these now have unique battle maps to them, as well as unique wonders dotted around that really brings to life the Middle-earth you're playing here. And the UI has been shaping up to be quite well thought out too for the kingdoms of men in the west, as well as new battle UI for the dwarven factions, which is a really nice touch. Divide and Conquer version 5.0, though, more than anything seems like a major overhaul for the realm of men, and specifically the northern Dùnedain. Things here look so good, so exciting, that I will just have to do a live stream campaign in a few weeks time, because this is some of their best work yet, and here's why. The Rangers of the North can now choose to either form the Reunited Kingdom or Arnor during Aragorn's quest, which has been revised and expanded. The Reunited Kingdom essentially follows down the line of Aragorn surviving the campaign, the War of the Ring, following down his role in the war and getting to Minas Tirith, where he can choose then to either merge with Dol Amroth and Gondor to form the kingdom and get a visually completely new unit roster, which is just insane. On the other hand, though, you could instead form the Kingdom of Arnor by rebuilding the House of Kings at Annúminas and merging factions with Bree, some really nice prerequisites to actually progressing your faction and creating a brand new kingdom in your campaign. This will unlock, of course, the new Arnorian visuals for your unit roster, as well as sworn units, and of course, have access to all of the Bree unit roster as well. And finally, the Beacon of Hope mechanic, which this faction comes with, has been overhauled as well, so that now you can recruit early tier mercenaries from other allied factions. Rohan, Dale, or Anduin here are the main players where you can recruit units from once you get those alliances going, but you also can start with merc pools from Enedwaith and Dunland as well, so a pretty large and varied unit roster here. Aragorn's roster has also seen a really extensive visual overhaul, with all units getting a complete makeover to look more realistic, to add even more variety with each individual soldier, and we've been getting new models for Aragorn and Halderbrod, which looks so good. The same kind of makeover has been implemented for the factions of the Vale of Anduin, Enedwaith, and Dunland as well, so mainly Kingdoms of Men, as I said, and Númenórean changes here and there from a unit visual point of view. Other major campaign changes include the re-enabling of the Ent invasion script, so if you play as Isengard, prepare yourself for some very angry trees to come out of the forest to attack your capital. We've got new custom voice lines for Anduin, Enedwaith, Dol Amroth, and Dunland, so expect some really immersive voice lines for units when you click on them. From brand new loading screens, a new way station building that lets you retrain area of recruitment units in other regions, to battle maps for Umbar, Dol Amroth, and all the orc cities, or even brand new unit cards for virtually every single unit in the mod. The list of changes goes on, and on the campaign side at least, it's made a massive difference to the gameplay here. Finally, of course, there are the battles. Now, despite there not being too many changes to the battle side of things in this update, some bits have been rebalanced to accommodate, of course, the new unit rosters for factions like Dunland or the Northern Dùnedain. This being Medieval 2, which I think most Total War players will agree is the GOAT of Total War battles. You will literally feel every strike, every arrow, every death, so getting to know all of your units is a must for success in the Divide and Conquer battlefield. All of this together with the hundreds of new and improved battle maps, from unique siege maps on cities that we all love and hold dear, to custom land battles that take place in gorges and among ruins or in open plains, and of course the visually stunning units that come with each faction. All of these things come together to provide battles that are honestly unforgettable. There's a reason why people refer to DAC when it comes to one of the best mods of all time, and this here is exactly it. Every battle feels immersive, feels important to your campaign, every soldier counts, and every time I go back to DAC, I am amazed at the sheer scale and beauty of the battle experience. Overall, there aren't too many mods out there that do what DAC 5.0 has done today. This is essentially the Lord of the Rings Total War that we all dream of. It's got all the bells and whistles of a fantastic and fully replayable campaign, with brilliant faction variety, immersive events and mechanics, and with version 5.0, things are better than ever. Downloading and playing DAC is also super easy now with 5.0. All you need to do is download the file from the ModDB page I've linked below, unpack it, and run the installation. The install will identify your Medieval 2 folder pretty quickly and get it automatically installed for you. You barely have to do anything. And better yet, the mod now runs independently of starting up Medieval 2 as well. So you just have to click on the exe file here and you are good to go. And that's it for today, guys. DAC also has a Discord server where you can share feedback, keep up to date with the latest developments, speak to like-minded Total War players, and of course, speak to the devs themselves. I've dropped a link to the Discord down in the video description as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Videos like this take a lot of time and effort to create, so if you did, I would really appreciate a like. Drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below, and I would love to hear what you think about this latest version of Divide and Conquer on Medieval 2. Subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.